Hello, good evening and welcome. Welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Oxchair, on the show tonight is the one and only Jaffa. I'm over with a couple of late call-ups. How are we doing, Jaffa?
Not bad, Ox. How you doing, pal? Did I frighten them off already? Not even get started.
Maybe it must be your superior intellect that's done it, mate.
Aye, right.
I've got to say, I received some very, very dubious text message yesterday. I've took them to Rangers Radio HR department. We had some offers, and yours wasn't even in the top 10, mate.
Doesn't surprise me. There was no money involved in mine.
Right, we're going to be joined. Skipper's going to join us, Jaffa.
Brilliant, excellent.
As a substitute. He'll be with us in a moment, mate. Jimmy must have been otherwise withheld, and Skipper and Jimmy share the same subjects. But tell us, for you, mate, why Davie Cooper?
It's just I think the year I was brought up in, and when I first started going to see the Rangers, Cooper was he was. I mean, I know he's an icon amongst a lot of us. Just a brilliant player. Obviously got the headlines. Just an unbelievable footballer. Loved watching him. And when I was a young lad, when we all used to play, used to try and emulate his game a wee bit, Ox, but obviously never to the way that Davie Cooper executed it. Loved watching him. I thought he was a brilliant player. Even after he left the Rangers, Ox, I still took a keen interest in his career when he went on to Motherwell, and was so successful there as well for Motherwell. So great footballer, brilliant, and a great guy, a top lad.
Explain to me, right? He wasn't quick. Couldn't really header the ball much. In the right foot, couldn't tackle, but what a player.
I know. If you to stand in front of probably Stevie G in the modern era and present Davie Cooper on a bit of paper the way that Michael Beale and all the rest of them all look at these guys, he probably wouldn't even get a second glance. You're right. I mean, all of that is 100% true. But what a left foot he had. I mean, people say about, even in my present team, about Barisic having a wand of a left foot. He does. But Davie Cooper's left foot was incredible, wasn't it? The things he could do with that football. Brilliant. Loved watching him.
For all minors, they had bits of inconsistency with the fullback maybe come up against, got the better of him. Where would you rate him, Cooper? Where do you see him, mate?
I see him. I mean, I know he's in our Hall of Fame, and rightly so. But I mean, there's a lot. We've had a lot of great players, Ox, that have come through our stadium and through our club. I don't think he was as. In my honest opinion, I then went on to watch, like a lot of us, the Gascoignes and the Laudrups, who were brilliant. And Laudrup was on a different level again. I don't quite think, in my humble opinion, I think Davie Cooper was a brilliant player. But I think Brian Laudrup was, in my opinion, was a world-class footballer. Okay.
But Cooper, for the majority, for the middle spell, his strong spell, his career, for 79 to maybe 86, apart from the 79 season, we never really challenged for the league.
No, we didn't.
He wasn't playing against... If he would have had Gascoigne and Laudrup and McCoist at East Pomp and Butcher behind him and international fullbacks, how good
who knows?
It would have been.
Well, exactly, Ox, and that's a great point. That is a really, really brilliant point, because if he had guys like Gary Stephen and Trevor Stephen in the team, or even moving on to we say Laudrup and Gascoigne, and I know Durant and Cooper played together, and McCoist were those young guys, Derek Ferguson, when that kind of the young pretenders came into the Rangers dressing room, we did move up a level, and Cooper was I remember that interview with Ruud Gullit when he spoke about Davie Cooper. He was gushing about him. He was just nobody knows that, Ox. That's one of those hypothetical questions that we could all dream about. Yeah. I think we all know what the answer would be. I think he would have been a brilliant footballer. And I think in many times in his career as well, Ox, he had plenty of opportunities to go to. I think Italy was one of the destinations that was always muted round about him, that he was possibly looked. The Italian clubs were looking at him, but to use his words, he played for the club that he loved.
Talking about people we love, We've been joined by Skipper. Evening, Skipper.
Good evening, sir.
How are you doing, Skipper?
Thanks very much.
I'm good, thanks. Yourself?
For supporting us, mate. Supporting us. How are you? I believe you've done very well on the quiz the last few nights, mate.
I think in total, over all the nights, I've got 3.
Brilliant.
All right. So that's you one ahead of Jaffa then.
My wee granddaughter's sitting here, and I think she knows more than I do.
Oh, it's going to be fun, Skipper. We're going to go in brilliant.
The subject that you've stood in for us at a last moment, mate, is Colin Stein, a player that you're rather fond of.
Yes, I can remember seeing Colin Stein. I was at his first game at Arbroath.
Right, shh, you never know what will come up, mate. Shush.
All right.
Shush, shush. But you never know. You never know. Right, are you ready for this, Skipper? You feel relaxed and
As ready as I'll ever be.
would you like to go first or second? You being a gentleman.
First seen this wee lassie's coming to my arm.
All right, okay. All right. So we'll start with Skipper, who's kindly stood in for JFK, who's dealing with some stuff, yeah? And 20 questions on Colin Stein, yeah?
Okay.
No 20 questions, sorry, 2 minutes, and we've got 20 questions. If you pass, we'll come back to them, yeah?
Okay.
All right, so I might be right round at the first one.
Aye. Very quickly.
Right, okay. Once I start the first question, your time will start. What was Colin's best season for goals for Rangers?
1971-72.
Which player played the most with Colin at Rangers?
John Gregg.
How many yellow cards did Colin receive?
6.
What teams did Colin score 10 goals against during his Rangers career?
Aberdeen.
Name the managers Colin played under.
No. Davie White. Willie Waddle. Jock Wallace.
Colin scored the first of his 6. Colin scored in the first of 6 of his first 7 games. Which team did he fail to score against?
St Mirren.
15th to the 3rd, 1969 v Clyde. What happened to Colin in a match?
He was sent off.
How many trophies Colin involved with winning at Rangers?
3.
When going to Coventry, who came in the opposite direction?
No idea. Pass.
How many international teams from the British Isles did Colin score against?
3.
71-72. How many goals against Sporting Lisbon did Colin score?
3.
Goalkeepers when winning the League Cup in 1976 was?
Stuart Kennedy.
How many goals did Colin score against Celtic?
3.
Who was Colin's? What Rangers against Kilmarnock?
No, pass.
Colin Stein's best season, correct. How many yellow cards did he receive? None. That shocked you?
Yes, it did.
What 2 teams did Colin score 10 goals against? Quite a hard one. Clyde and Motherwell, you'd have to have known them. He played under, I'm going to give you this point because you came in as a late substitute. It was actually 4, but one of them, Davie White, Willie Waddle, Jock Wallace and Willie Thornton. But I'm going to give you that, Skipper.
Oh, thank you so much.
2. You go to St Mirren. He scored in 6 of his first 7 games, and the team he failed to score against was St Mirren.
Yes, I was there.
Yes, that's 3 you've got. 15th to the 3rd, 1969 against Clyde. He did get sent off, but he also scored a hat-trick.
Right.
I'll leave that to Fox to decide if you're getting that one. How many trophies was Colin involved with winning at Rangers? I said involved. It was 3. 2 League Cups was on, and the league in 1975, which he didn't get a medal for. Yeah?
Yes.
When going to Coventry, I just learned this today myself, Cutty Young came the other way, mate.
All right, I forgot who it was.
Aye. How many international teams international teams from the British Isles did Colin score against? All 4, mate. England, Wales, Northern Ireland, and the Republic.
I forgot about the pesky Republicans.
Yeah, 71-72. How many goals did he score against Sporting? 4, 2 in each game. When winning the League Cup in 1976, Stuart Kennedy, that gives you 4. He scored 4 goals against Celtic. And in the 15th 1969 against Kilmarnock, it was his last hat-trick, mate.
All right.
Yeah. Here's the last few questions, Skipper. Now we get time to relax. You scored 4 great points there. After Peter McCloy, which goalkeeper played the most with Colin? Any ideas?
Oh, no idea. No.
Jerry Neath, surprisingly, mate.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, I never get that.
Yeah, I think you might have got this next one. Who captained the team to Colin's first medal?
I think this might be Ronnie McKinnon.
That's correct. What was the only season Colin didn't feature? From 68 to 76-77 season.
72-73.
73-74.
Oh.
Have signed Colin from which team?
Was that Linlithgow Rose or somebody?
Armadale Thistle. What age is Colin?
No idea.
74. Name 2 players who played in Colin's winning finals. There's 3 of them who played in all the finals with him.
No, I couldn't even guess.
By the way, I need to go back to that. How many trophies was Colin involved with? It's 4.
Because I'm saying myself, I never mentioned the Cup.
I've got that note next to it. It was 4 Barcelona Bears. The 3 players that played in all his finals was Alan McDonald, Sandy Jardine, and Derek Johnston. I'll bring Mr. Fox in to see if you should get that 5th point. Mr. Fox?
Hello.
You think we should give Skipper that point?
Without a doubt, he's in as a late substitute. Deserves every break he can get.
Sorry, Jaffa.
Is there money
I'm saying
involved?
nothing. Aye, loads.
I think there is money between you and Fox.
Well, let's catch them up, boys. I've got to stick together.
Here, mate. Here. What did you think of that performance, Jaffa? Quite impressive.
Pretty decent. Yeah, actually, very, very good. I have to say. I think I've got one against it here, Fox, because I know you've got hundreds of hard questions for me.
No, not at all, mate. Not at all. Are you ready to roll?
Ready to go, mate. Ready to go.
Yep. Okay. Here we go. Fox is on the clock, and when I start the first question.
Can I just come in there?
Yes, mate.
I think Skipper's looking after his young niece, his young grandboy or something, so could you not give him his other questions as well and let him get away, mate?
All right.
Is that okay with you, Skipper?
Great idea, because she'll know more than I do.
All right, okay, mate. Well, just give me a minute and I'll open them, Fox. You keep away with your good ideas, Fox. Give me a lot of hassle.
The man's been good enough to come in at the last minute, and I know he looks after a young lady.
No, we know that. He looks after a couple of young ladies, but that's another story.
Now, you'll be getting a letter.
Right, where did I stop the last time?
Oh, and just start somewhere.
I'm going to find it.
Do you want me to do the other ones for you, Skipper?
Yeah, whatever suits.
Right, here we go. Got it, right? You ready, Skip?
Right.
You've stumbled on geography, mate, yeah?
Oh, my God.
Right, it's just as they come. The 2 minutes are ready to go, Fox, once you're ready.
I'm ready.
What is the capital city of Australia?
Canberra?
What US state was Donald Trump born in?
Idaho.
If you complete the 3 Peaks challenge, what 3 UK mountains would you have climbed?
No idea.
Which UK city is situated further west, Bristol or Edinburgh?
Bristol.
How many countries are there in the region of Europe recognised by the United Nations?
42.
What is the capital of Finland?
Helsinki.
What is the currency of Vietnam?
I have no idea.
What is the language spoken in Brazil?
Portuguese.
What do the French call the English Channel?
No idea.
How many permanent members are there in the UN Security Council?
No idea. Pass.
Moving on, how many notes are there in a musical scale? Easy for you.
7.
What temperature centigrade does water boil at?
Pass.
What country is also known as one of the longest rivers in the world?
Pass. I didn't even catch that one.
What company is also the name of one of the longest rivers in the world?
Amazon?
What is the animal kingdom is doe?
A deer?
What is the tallest mountain in the world?
Everest?
How many centimetres are in a metre?
10.
And what language is spoken in Norway?
Norwegian.
What is the busiest airport in Britain called?
Heathrow.
Who is next? Okay. Right. Capital city of Australia, Canberra. US state was New York State. Ben Nevis, Snowdon and Scafell Pike are the 3 Peaks. Edinburgh's further west. How many did you say for the countries in Europe, Skipper?
I said 40 something. I don't even know because I just said the first line that came out of my head.
Oh, did you pick up what you said there, Fox, for the countries?
42.
It's 44. What a guess. Helsinki's the capital of Finland. I thought you'd have got this one. You've been a traveller out that way. Vietnamese dong. Yeah. Thought you were certain to get that one. Skipper. Portuguese.
A different type of dong I'm used to.
Yeah. Portuguese is the language in Brazil. La Manche is the English Channel. 5. China, France, Russia, UK and United States are the permanent members of the Security Council. Musical scale 7, correct. Temperature is 100 degrees centigrade. Amazon is the river and the company. Female deer is the animal kingdom doe. Tallest mountain in the world, Everest. How many centimetres in a metre? 100. What language you spoke in Norway? Norwegian. And what airport? London Heathrow. Skipper, 8 points. What about that, Jeff? You've got something here.
This is the whitewash.
Yes. I'll bring
The
Fox.
facts.
I think Fox in again. I think he'll fall off his seat, Fox.
Tremendous effort there by Skipper. I'm very pleased for him.
Right, Skipper, mate, thanks very much.
Just post the check out to me.
No problem, mate. No problem. Thanks very much for coming out and helping us bailing us out, mate.
I'll buy
My
you
pleasure.
a drink in the Loudon, mate.
Thanks,
And
Skipper.
I'll make it a large one, Skipper.
All the best, chap. You wrap it up, pal.
Cheers, pal. See you later. Have a good night.
Right. Bye, folks.
See you
Cheers,
later, mate.
Wow.
Aye, I've got a funny feeling this is a setup.
Wow. Oh, Skipper done all right, didn't he?
Not bad at all. No bad. Good general knowledge there.
Aye.
Great general knowledge.
Aye. I wonder what it would be like before the dementia kicked in.
Good job he's forgot all that.
Right, okay. You ready for yours?
Let's do it, Rocks. No bother, mate. We'll have a go at it.
Davie Cooper. Okay, we ready?
Yes.
Which player started the most games with Davie?
John Gregg.
How many ex-teammates managed the club?
Two.
Davie's first European game was against?
Bohemians.
Davie's first goal for us was against?
Aberdeen.
What team did Davie do? What team do in the Davies? What did the team do in Davie's first treble season? First 2 games.
We got beat.
What did Davie do in his first return to Clydebank?
Scored the hat trick.
What did the team do in Davie's last 2 games?
Won 4-0.
How many doubles, trebles, quadruple did Davie score?
Eight.
Who was the quad against?
Don't know. Pass.
Davie's last European game for us was against?
Valletta. No.
Davie scored 6th international goal. Which team flag wasn't red, white and blue?
Yugoslavia.
Wasn't red, white and blue.
Oh, wasn't red, white and blue. Pass.
Davie won the League Cup during how many managers spell at the club?
4.
Over how many years were Davie's caps won?
11.
Definitely. Alright, we'll go through them, mate. Which player started the most games with Davie? You've kicked yourself with this one. Bobby Russell. Remember that John Gregg took after 1 season.
So he did.
Yeah. How many ex-teammates have managed the club? Right? Yeah. Alan McCoy. Jimmy Nicholl. Ian Durant.
Oh, there you go.
Tommy McLean. Graham Souness. And John Gregg. 6.
Oh, mile out.
Yeah.
Good question.
Yeah. Davie's first European goal was against Young Boys. Yeah. Davie's first goal for us was against St Mirren. Yeah. What did Davie and what did the team do in Davie's treble season? In the first 2 games, you're correct. They lost. Yeah. So it just means we go to Camden. We've lost 1 game. Yeah. What did Davie do in his first game back at Clydebank? He scored a double. Jaffer, unlucky. He went for a hat trick. Yeah. He never scored a hat trick, mate. What did the team do in Davie's last 2 games? They lost, and his last game was against them in the Scottish Cup final. How many doubles, trebles, quadruples did he score? 2 doubles and 1 quad. The quad was against Kilmarnock. Davie's last European game was against Cologne. Davie scored 6 international goals. Which team's flag wasn't red, white and blue? Think of the famous penalty?
Oh, Wales.
And I think, yeah.
Yeah.
Davie won the League Cup during how many manager spells? 4, you're right. Jock Wallace twice, John Gregg and Graham Souness. You got that one. Davie's caps were won over 11 years, unbelievably. 79 to 90. Unbelievable, eh?
They only got 20 caps too.
Aye, over that space. And obviously, who was Davie's testimonial against? It was against Rediers.
As you mentioned, Gladbach.
Bordeaux, it was against.
Was it Bordeaux?
Yep. Davie scored the most goals against which team?
Aberdeen.
St Mirren. St Mirren, his first goal was against, I think he ended up with 10 against them. Davie's greatest ever Dryborough Cup goal, greatest ever goal, most people say it's the Dryborough Cup. Who else scored?
Robert Fleck.
No, it was Sandy Jardine and John McDonald. Yeah.
Right.
Davie's first red card. Who else gets sent off?
Don't know.
Ali Dawson. The same game was against who, and what was the score?
Don't know, Ox.
It was against Celtic with 9 men. And we won. We drew 1 each, mate. Yeah.
Oh, we won. Aye, won with 9 men.
It was 1 each, but it was a moral victory.
Of course.
And this one, I took this straight off a wiki. So, who was Davie's favourite player?
Don't know, Ox. Sorry, mate.
It says Oxchair. That's what it said. So
that'll do. Poor effort.
No, mate, they're tricky. They're not easy, mate. I put the ones in about the treble season, mate. We lost the first 2 league games and went on to win the treble, yeah?
That's right. And I've read it, Ox. I obviously don't remember a great memory of it, but I've read about that. I mean, that's a well-known sort of Rangers quiz question, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a couple of things that come up here. The fact that he won the League Cup under four different spells, Jock Wallace twice, but the same as Colin Stein question. I don't know if Colin Stein might be the only Scotsman to score against the 4 the 4 British Isles countries. That was a bit.
That's a great question. That's a brilliant question.
You know, because obviously we don't play them as much as we used to. And,
no, that's true.
Yeah. All right, so 3 points, mate. No bad,
No bad. It's no. It's tough. It's hard going. It's a wee bit, and you're in the seat and your hands, your palms are sweating. It's tough at the top, as you say.
Yeah. Aye. It's not as easy as people think, yeah. And then after.
No. I wish those bribes had worked now.
Yeah. People say I knew that, I knew this, I knew that. Right? But not a bad effort, mate. And we'll just get your general knowledge out the way.
Nice one.
And then we'll move on with the show, mate.
No worries. And make sure that the general knowledge is on, Afghanistan history or something like that, Ox.
Yeah. Right, okay, I'm just looking for where I was. I was on a roll, and folks.
Don't give me food and drink or music or anything like that.
Food, drink, and music. Now we're finished with that. Geography, we're finished with that. Oh, we're on to comedy, mate. Comedy.
I'll be adding to it. Yeah. We got a laugh at this.
I'll start with a couple of trivia questions, and then you move on to comedy.
Okay.
You ready when I start? Yeah.
Yep. Good to
Who's
go.
next in line to the throne after the Queen?
Andrew.
Oh. What number is a baker's dozen? Oh.
96.
Oh. Who played Gunther in Friends?
Matt LeBlanc. No.
In which year did the original UK version of The Office air?
1998.
Which legendary comedy actor Oliver Hardy's real first name?
Pass.
What is Sheldon Cooper's one-word catchphrase in The Big Bang Theory?
Pass.
Name the 5 ingredients demanded by one of Basil Fawlty's guests to make the infamous Waldorf salad.
Lettuce.
Complete the names of the classic sitcom Steptoe and
Son.
Who played the Prime Minister, Jim Hacker, in Yes, Prime Minister?
Pass.
What was the name of Ronnie Barker's character in Open All Hours?
Pass.
Who plays the character Alan Partridge?
Pass, mate.
Name the character played by David Mitchell and Robert Webb in The Peep Show.
bloody watch that. Pass.
Who is the special in the Lego Movie?
Pass, mate.
What colour are most London buses?
Red.
What's the name of the talking snowman in the Disney film Frozen?
Pass.
You've watched that few. What did it mean?
Awful.
Let's start again, mate. Who's next in line for the throne?
Charlie. It's the pressure.
Oh dear. We're not even going to score that, Jeff.
No, that's brutal, mate. Brutal.
Some of them were quite hard right enough, yeah?
Aye, right.
Steve Coogan, Alan Partridge.
Steve Coogan. Oh,
yeah.
Man, it's killing me.
Albert Arkwright, Ronnie Banker's character. Paul Eddington, yes, Prime Minister. Yeah?
Yes, Prime Minister.
Yeah, you know them all, mate.
Aye. It's just...
Yeah.
Must be the age, Ox. It's, I don't know. It's killing me.
Yeah. Disney, how many times has your daughter had Frozen on the telly, mate?
Oh, mate. Hunnels, honestly. Hunnels.
So what's the name of the talking snowman?
Oh, I could murder it though. I think we've even got it somewhere under a bed.
Yeah, all right. It's a bit of fun, and you took that. Thanks very much.
No worries, mate. That's what it's all about.
Right, okay. I think we'll get these phone lines open. What do you think?
Oh, please do. Yes, aye. Get the phone lines on. Come on, phone in, lads.
Let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show. It's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Yeah, let's hear from you. It's only me and Jaffa here tonight. Bridgeman was getting the night off, and the JFK's been otherwise delayed. So we need you to call in, give us your thoughts on all things Rangers. Jaffa, I want to talk to you about our European opponents and see where you see us and going forward. Obviously, the draw, Brøndby, the Prague team, and Lyon. Yeah, we've got a chance.
Yeah.
We've got a chance. We need to play. All of them are decent teams. I don't know, maybe 10 points could maybe do us. You know, if they keep cut each other's throat, you don't know, do you?
It's always the magic number, isn't it, Ox, when we go into these four group sort of situations. Yes, 14 group, sorry. That's the magic number to get out of it, isn't it? That's where it gets you through. I mean, no, over the years we've went through on 9 points and so forth, but the 10-point mark's the magic number. I think we've got a great chance, Ox. It just Europe's sometimes you get into it and you think your other teams are much better than what you believe because they big up the League One because it's a French league. I mean, I saw a couple of games of Lyon last season and I didn't think some of their football was any. In fact, last season I think we would have cuffed them. To be perfectly honest with you, if we get back to anywhere close to that level, I think we'll do very well. Brøndby are a decent side, Danish team, and Sparta Prague. Again, I know we played Slavia last year. They certainly, they beat us over the two legs. Deserve to go through. As far as I read and what I see, Sparta are not quite at that level. So I think we would be viewed as, I think the pot that we're in, pot 2 team, I think that's where we'll be viewed in the league, in the group with the other teams. We play Lyon first, is that right, Ox?
Yeah, Ibrox a week.
Week Thursday.
A week tomorrow, yeah. A week tomorrow.
That week tomorrow.
Yeah, so it's not far away, mate. Yeah,
it's not far away at all.
Busy schedule coming.
Yes, I mean we've got a big game at the weekend up in Perth, and then as you say we've got we've got Hadji. We know is going to be out with the COVID, so he's probably going to be he'll be out for he'll be out of the squad. Certainly no guarantee that Hadji would have played anyway, but he'll be out of the squad for the Lyon game. But I think it's always good getting into these games. I think the stadium will be buzzing. We love the big nights at Ibrox. Ox, we all love it as fans. The place will be rocking, it'll be bouncing. we've had a great result there after beating that lot. So yeah, it's good times, Ox. Great. I can't wait. Bring it on. That's what I love about the Rangers. The big games.
Yeah, we've got the obviously if you win the group you go through. If you're second place you can play a team that's came for the Champions League to progress, and then if you're third you can play a team for the conference. So potentially we could go deep in Europe, yeah.
Right. I mean that's obviously that's where the money is for us, Ox, isn't it? I mean we want to, that's where we want to be. That's what stature of our football team is at that level. And I think is it the second team? Is that the second in the group? Is that the path that they go into?
Yes.
They play a Champions League team, yes, to progress in it, and then I believe you drop further again down into that conference. Is that correct? Into the European Conference.
The third place can play a conference team to carry on in the conference.
Yep. Yes. Aye. So yep. But I mean, obviously, we want to be in the Europa League. That's a must. I would love to see us getting again to the last 16 would be great. Last 32, I know it gets us that extra revenue for the club, which is
I think the last 32 is gone. I think you go through, you go straight to the last 16. There's a round disappeared, yeah.
Is that right, Ox? I didn't know that. Right, okay. So right down to the last 16. Wow, that's interesting, isn't it?
Because it's arguably a tougher competition now to get through, but look, you're in it. You try to win your games and you see where it takes you, yeah?
Absolutely. I mean, we've got four games. We've got 6 games. It's difficult to know what kind of level Leon are at or how they've started the season. You've just got to rock up there, and I mean the management team will know what they're up against and what kind of level Leon are at and what kind of system we need to play. But it's always great. I think it's a great yard. It's a great measuring stick, I believe, for the rest of the season. And I think the 3 seasons that Steven Gerrard has been there and got us into the group stages, it has getting to the group stages has really given us that kind of momentum that I think we needed. And obviously, by going out of the Champions League against Malmo, the qualifier, I think it sent us all a wee bit down the way. And it was good to get the results that we've done. The squad have done great, especially getting that result a fortnight ago.
Of course, it perked everybody up, huh?
It did, Ox. It did. It was a great performance. It was absolutely brilliant. Well done, everybody involved. It was a great team performance.
Yeah, it was a good result, good day.
What's your own thoughts on the European adventure, Ox? Have you seen much, or have you looked at the stats on Lyon or on Brøndby or any of the other opponents, Sparta?
I feel as if we've got a good chance, Jaffa, but I think it's imperative we win our home games, mate.
Always is, isn't it? It always is.
Lyon haven't started very well to their season, mate. They've played 4 games and they've managed to accrue 5 points. They've had 2 draws, 1 defeat and 1 win. Their danger man is, of course, the ex-Celtic player Moussa Dembele, who has scored, I think, 3 goals in those 5 games. So that's how they've started the season.
Interesting, Fox. Thanks for that. It's a good update.
Aye, well, we might be the better team in better form, but I think if you get that 3 points on the board, and obviously if you could win your second game, Jaffa, when we go away from home and the other teams draw, you can be in a good position after 2 games.
Well, that's it. That's what we done. That's what we done last year, Ox. If you remember correctly, we won the first 2 games, didn't we?
Yeah, you're right there, mate. Yeah, but we just look. They're not going to be easy games. It's a step up. We know that, but if we play, we can win, mate. Yeah.
We can, you're right, and it is. I think as well, as I say, I think the last 4 seasons, the last 3 seasons, we under Steven Gerrard who's got us into the group stages. I think it gives you that momentum, the push almost for to get you, gets all the players, highly motivated, and they're all buzzing because we start that playing Thursday, playing Sunday, and I don't know about you guys, but I think we thrive on that. I really do. I think it's great for the squad, and I think it's great for fitness levels.
It's important. It's important. I get that you start getting a bit of rhythm, and you pushing each other, and obviously you get natural, if you like, rotation with injuries and suspensions, and COVID's a factor now as well,
Well, I think that's the other that's the other big thing that every club has to deal with. I mean, we all had to deal with it last year at different levels. We've had a couple of instances this year. Let's not be kidding about it, Ox. That's going to be the way it's going to be for the foreseeable future. I mean, we're all hearing it in our everyday walk of life. People round about us and our family getting it. We're just going to have to deal with it, and us as a football club are no different. So, yeah, I think you're right. That rhythm, and I have heard the management team talking about that there's very little training done during those periods where they're playing Thursday, Sunday, because all they're doing is recuperating. And I have to say, the management team done a great job recuperating the team for the game against Celtic. After that journey to Armenia and flying back, I thought that was brilliant.
I thought they would come back as soon as they could, but they never stayed and hydrated, didn't they?
Ox, I'm going to be honest with you. I actually heard you talking about that. I didn't even know that had happened. Obviously, they keep stuff like that quiet for obvious reasons, but I wasn't aware that the team. It made perfect sense afterwards, and it clearly worked because it got them back in a better frame of mind and a better physical state than it did in previous times. I think was it Ufa we played that over that direction.
Yeah, we come back for that and we get beat with a real dodgy goal against them at Parkhead when Ryan Jack got fouled. Yeah,
that's right. Yep.
Not that I'm bitter.
No, not at all. No, there's no lemons here.
No, but a masterstroke. I mean, it wasn't a secret, mate. Gary McAllister let most of the bag what they were doing, and I was quite surprised, mate. And I said, I get that. It makes sense. I thought the logical thing before he said what he said was to get back as quick as you could, but obviously rehydration and aeroplane journeys of a certain amount, it makes sense. You can get where they're coming from.
Yeah, and they've obviously learned from that, probably from that experience they had of going that kind of distance in Europe against that UFA, that game 2 or 3 seasons prior to it. So every day's a learning day, as they say, Ox, isn't it? You pick things up, you pick wee nuggets up, and you use them to your advantage. So I think all of that. I mean, the good thing with the 3 teams that we've got in our group is that there's, they're all in Central Europe. They're all France is, a couple of hours away, and Denmark the same, and even Prague. I mean, what is it in a flight from Glasgow to Prague? An hour or something like that?
No, maybe 2.5, maybe.
2.5, is it?
2 max, aye.
Never been.
Aye, just Germany, innit?
Of course. So, but they're quick enough for us to be getting back after the games and getting the guys, back to their system, and then back into Auchenhowie on the Friday or whatever, wherever if they're playing away. So, listen, Knox, it's brilliant. This is what we I personally, I love the European games. I absolutely love them. I get so excited about them. They're great.
Yeah, it's a big thing for the club for prestige and revenue streams, of course. Yeah,
massive, Fox. It's huge. I mean, I don't think. I would love to get to more detail of just what financially the effect it has on us as a club. But I know it's massive. The club tell you it's massive. So, as you say, the prestige, seeing the name out there, and at these draws, and then the branding for the sponsors, of which we've got 1 or 2 sponsors now on board, 1 or 200 that is. So it's great for them. It's brilliant for that.
I know that the fans have been fantastic in their support, and so have the directors, but it's difficult. We can only do a bit, and Alex Kelly was on, we're talking about ticket prices, blah, blah, blah. And I understand it, and it's a real tightrope, the club walk, because obviously we want to compete, we want to get better players, and to do that you need the revenue. And it's a harsh world, because Scottish football is we don't get the revenue for the viewing figures that we maybe are entitled to. I think it's broke the day that there was roughly 750,000 people watched the Rangers Celtic game on Sky, which is roughly mid-table Premiership. Remember the time it started on a Sunday, so it's no prime viewing figures for the rest of the country, if you like, Jaffa. So, you know, it's reasonable figures, and that just shows you how under-marketed the cinch deal is.
Oh, aye, I saw that, Ox, today. I did read about those the TV figures. It really is, Ox. I mean, it's. I heard Alex last night. I heard his call to you guys, and I feel for Alex with his dad, and there's many bears like that want to get their fathers, and you know, if they've got somebody with a disability, they want to get them to the match. It's challenging. It really is. Try to get tickets. It's becoming more challenging. Let's not be kidding about it. You know, they are like gold dust, literally, try to get into our stadium with the season tickets and the way we've set up. I just don't think the club. I think the club, as you say, you know, it's such a difficult position for the club to be in. I'm sure they would love to accommodate, you know, people that want to come and dip in and out, but they just can't. Ox, you need to have a season book to get into the stadium nowadays. There are other games, of course, like Alex said last night, the Dunfermline game, and he can take his dad along to that. And there's other games, other cup games throughout the season, and there'll be, you know, lesser games that are maybe not as against the St Mirrens or Ross Counties at Ibrox, where you might pick up, there'll be some spares jumping around, or there's always a few spares jumping about. But for the top six games, the Hibs, the Hearts and Aberdeens and obviously Celtic, the tickets are very scarce going around. And I saw going back to the figures on the TV about with Sky at the week last weekend against Celtic. Obviously, you've got to take the time, as you said, into consideration at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. I think I saw some people speculating, saying that you could probably add on about another 400,000 or 500,000 if that was a 4 p.m. prime time kickoff on a Sunday afternoon. I don't know how true that is. I'm not qualified to guess that, but that would push it up to the top 4, top 5 of the EPL. The game is well under marketed. I think we all know that. I mean, I was reading the other week there about Norway, the Norwegian league. I can't remember the exact figure, but it was almost double what we get in the SPFL for sponsorship from their TV deal. Norwegian league, you know, it's crazy. It really is crazy. Terrible job our authorities for the game are doing. The SPFL and the SFA are really, you know, they need that place needs emptied and started again.
Yeah, and the press haven't picked up on it, mate. And if we can see it, we're no intellects as the quizzes bore out, Jaffa. But if we can see it, mate, you do the simple arithmetic, divide it up, divide it by clubs, it becomes frightening. Mate, do you think if I chat to, let's say Burnley, right? Burnley, who have done well in the EPL, but if I chapped their door and said, I want a patch on your sleeve with your business owner, I want all the advertised around the stadium for the game against Chelsea, what do you think they would charge me?
25 million.
Yeah. You know, you're talking about, you know, and if you were talking about just one game, you'd be maybe talking tens of thousands, yeah? Tens of thousands, yeah. I
would think, yeah, $250,000, maybe £500,000 to be their match sponsor for a one-off. I mean, you probably wouldn't even get that because that'll all be tied up in an annual contract somewhere. But
what I'm saying is the point is they want to get that for a few grand a game. It's just unbelievable, mate.
I mean, that deal has got to be the worst. That's got to be the worst business deal I've ever heard in my life. That cinch deal, it really is atrocious. And the guys that done that, you know, that's not how you negotiate a contract. There's nobody in there clearly qualified to do that job. They're not even. I mean, this outside agency that they're using, you know, that's a whole show in itself, folks, talking about that stuff, because I think all of us as Rangers fans, and you know, all the platforms, the Rangers outlets, and even what our chairman, our CEO, Stuart Robertson, you know, he slated it, absolutely slated it, the deals that they've been doing, even the TV deal and how undersold it is. I mean, I think at that particular point when Stuart Robertson said that a few weeks ago, he said that the Rangers deal alone was probably the Rangers and Celtic matches alone would probably be wouldn't even cover what they should be getting, what we currently get for all of the teams for an annual deal, an annual contract from Sky. So, yep, it needs empty, Docs. That's a swamp, that place. It needs cleaned out.
Yeah, to move the game forward in the whole country, not just our club. Yeah.
No. This I think I echo probably and be as impartial as I possibly can here. We're on Rangers Radio. This is only my thoughts. It's not Rangers Radio's thoughts. I think for the benefit of all teams, bearing in mind that money then starts to filter down into the divisions below. Motherwell I mean, the difference to a club like Motherwell or St Mirren, if they were getting, I mean, I don't even know what the TV income is, what we currently get from Sky at the moment, what it actually equates to per club. What is it, a couple of £1 million a year?
Well, I don't even know if that's. I'm just going to check see if I can find anything on it, Scaff. But I get you.
I mean, imagine if they were getting £10 million a year or £8 million. The difference that makes to the game for all of the clubs, doing their stadiums up, making the stadiums better, doing more work in the communities, getting better players in, which lifts the standard of the league. You know, we can all see that it's not just for Rangers and Celtic or Aberdeen or Hearts. You know, it's for everyone. So I think the quicker we get a vote of no confidence at the SFA or the SPFL. I mean, for me, they're two cheeks of the same arse, quite frankly. I know people distinguish between them, but I think it's the same geezers that are running the both of them. I think one's Septo and one's Son.
I'm looking for this amount here. I'm seeing if I can find it, mate. Maybe Fox might find it while we're chatting here, but I don't think it's the greatest deal in the world, but I can't get any figures on it. But I think you've got to market the game for the good of the game. That'll drive everything forward.
Yeah, and I think it's all about timing with these things. I think there's definitely there's certainly an appetite within our support, and I haven't heard much resistance when people are saying, you know, they're breaking stuff down and they're looking at other countries and they're getting the figures from, you know, we recently played Malmo. You know, you look at the TV deal in Sweden, you look at the TV deal in Denmark. They're pretty close in size of population, these countries. You know, forget about the big leagues. There's no point in comparing against, you know, the Spanish and the German and the Italian league and the EPL. They're stratospheric. They're in a different planet. But there's still a good deal to be had out there, Fox. And by all accounts, according to Stuart Robertson, there's people out there that want to do those kind of deals. I'm sure James Bisgrove has probably located those kind of people in his travels. And he's your man. It should be he should be involved in some form of committee that goes and gets those kind of deals.
I've not confirmed, but I think it's 20 million, 25 million a season divided by the clubs, mate. So it's real peanuts, mate. You consider that you'll outstrip that with 2 European games, in revenue, plus the TV and tap it up without winning any points. That's for the whole season, mate. Yeah.
So it's about 2 million per team per league per season, which is a pittance, you know, for any. I mean, even for a club like Motherwell or Hearts or Aberdeen. I mean, listen, I'm not advocating any other club on here, but give Aberdeen a bit of credit where credit's due. Look at the investment that Dave Cormack's put in there this year, and the kind of people that he's been bringing guys over from the States and signing players from all around the world. I mean, they really, whether it's going to equate to anything on the part is yet to be seen, but at least they're investing. You know, and over at Hearts as well, the TV revenue is brutal. It's awful. It's atrocious.
Yep. Listen, I'm enjoying the chat, but we're going to play the jingle after the tune. But come and join us. You've got the floor. I'm going to, after the tune, I'm going to get Jaffa's views on what's happened in the social media world in the last few days in the Rangers world. But the first half went pretty quick, Jaffa.
I can't believe that's half time already. I want to go and get these boots off, Ox.
Oh dear. It's amazing what a bit of pressure. There's a wee black chair and a light and everybody goes, yeah.
Melted, mate. Totally melted. Absolutely. Minging, I was. Minging.
Do you think you'll be mentioned in the outside world who the next heir to the throne is?
Possibly. Aye. Andrew. Andrew, where did that come from? I don't know.
Oh dear. Listen, mate, get yourself in mute because we're going to have a tune.
We support the Glasgow Rangers, do not Ibrox is the place, and we will follow in the championship race. Yes, it's true, the boys in blue are just magic on the ball. The Glasgow Rangers football team's the greatest team of all. It's true, the magic boys in blue are the best team in the land. You've got to queue and govern to get a ticket for the stand. Yes, it's true, the boys in blue are just magic on the ball. The Glasgow Rangers football team's the greatest team of all. We've spent a lot of money on great players, yes, that's true. But the Rangers fans deserve the best from the boys in royal blue. Yes, it's true, the boys in blue are just magic on the ball. The Glasgow Rangers football team's the greatest team of all. Now years ago the story, it was dismal, full of gloom. Now we're building an extension for the Ibrox trophy room. Yes, it's true, the boys in blue are just magic on the ball. The Glasgow Rangers football team's the greatest team of all. In Europe we'll be travelling by land and sea and plain. The teddy bears have got the bears and we're on the march again. Yes, it's true, the boys in blue are just magic on the ball. The Glasgow Rangers football team's the greatest team of all. Yes, it's true, the boys in blue are just magic on the ball. The Glasgow Rangers football team's the greatest team of all. Yes, it's true, the boys in blue are just magic on the ball. The Glasgow Rangers football team's the greatest team of all. Yes, it's true, the boys in blue are just magic on the ball. The Glasgow Rangers football team's the greatest team of all. Yes, it's true, the boys in blue are just magic on the ball. The Glasgow Rangers football team's the greatest team of all. Yes, it's true, the boys in blue are just magic.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Are you back here, Jaffa boy?
All back with you, mate. All back. Just doing a wee dance about there. I thought it was obligatory just to make sure Bridge was still with us.
Here, mate. Here. He's always with us, mate. He's always with us.
Indeed.
The big story's broken the last, I don't know, well, it must be nearly a week now, eh? Must be approaching a week. I think it was last week. Yeah, maybe a week now. The social media storm, and I'll say the word storm without being flippant, mate, and then get your thoughts on it, and because we've not heard from you.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I've seen it all. Ox, I'm not really that keen in giving any of the outsiders, the haters, any oxygen. They mean nothing to me. I'm not interested in them. They're not Rangers supporters. They're not part of my family that I go and see Ibrox every other week. The guys and lassies I go and see. So I thought it was disgraceful. I thought it was awful what they'd done. And I think everything that's come out afterwards is staggering, quite frankly. Some of the stuff that gets put online is awful, hurtful, disgraceful. And as I said, it's got nothing to do with me. I'm not really going to give it. I'm not going to name them. I don't care what they do. I'm just want to concentrate on what we do as a club, getting better, making our club better, and don't give them any ammunition. And I would like to see us as a support. The only thing I hope, certainly loved all the camaraderie and the shoulder to shoulder, standing with David and his colleagues over at Heart and Hand, which I subscribe to and I listen to and I have done for a number of years. I can only wish, that we become, as a fan base, more immobilised, more organised in the background, and I would like to see us stand together and fight our corner, look after ourselves and look after our own support. That's what I hope comes out of it, Ox.
Yeah, I hope so. It was pleasing to see the unity in the fan base. They understood what had happened.
Yeah,
they understood what had happened, and you're right. We don't want to go into too much depth about it. They know the how transparent it looks what they've done. We can see it. Everybody can see it who's reasonably intelligent. And obviously, we know we've not got any reasonably intelligent people on Rangers Radio looking at the scores we get.
No, the night you can do anyway.
But we can all see it, Jaffa. We don't need people can make up their own mind. They can judge us. The boys who fell by their sword done the honourable thing because they knew that what they'd done was inappropriate and it just come back to bite them. We've all done things in the past that have maybe been wrong or be wrong in the future because society changes. But it was so transparent what they tried to do, and the great thing was the point you made was it united the support, and let's hope that momentum, maybe I'll say it, and maybe united the online support, if that makes sense, Jaffa.
Yeah, I totally, Ox. I think that's the great thing that's come out of it is that we've all stood steadfast, shoulder to shoulder. All the fans have got together, all the different platforms, the pubs that we all frequent, the guys and lasses that own other businesses and stuff like that. Let's just stick together and regulate ourselves, look after ourselves, keep ourselves in check. There's been things that have happened, even within our own support, that guys and lassies, some things that just shouldn't be happening. But we need to look after ourselves better, Ox, and I hope that's the best thing that comes out of it. We stand up for each other and engage with the club more, get more involved with the club, and get our own pressure groups organised, and dare I say it, become more politicised.
Yeah, that's a whole debate on its own, and obviously we don't know why open that can of worms. I don't disagree with anything you've said there, and that's a whole debate, and we try and steer away from it because we are live and we can't always guarantee what's going to come out of people's mouths. Yeah, Yeah, but I think your point is very well made there, sir. Very well made. Good point, well made.
Indeed.
All right. Come and join us in 0141 356 1972. Phone in, hang up, and we will phone you back. And then we will bring you into the call. It's Jaffa, the debate about the revenue streams for the club. Remembering this is a peak period for us. We're 150th anniversary. We've just won the league. I know that people are writing to think they may be coming to the well too much. I understand it, but as a business to drive us forward, I think it's a fine line to walk. Yeah.
It totally is, Ox, and obviously, I heard Amanda chatting last night about getting emails. They want to buy this, I get it. I know. As a few of the guys and the regulars on Rangers Radio and come on, not everybody's on great money. The high majority of us are not on great money and earning the big bucks. You do what you can, and that's I think that's what you've got to adopt within your own family life. You do what you financially can. Don't do something you can't. But the club it's a club we love. I heard your own words, Ox, which I think are great. The club was on in intensive care. We got it out of intensive care. we got it off the high dependency ward, and this is where it is now. And for us to move it forward, and we said it would never happen again. And I think every Rangers fan ensures that will never happen again. But it's a fine line, Ox. We're trying to get revenue into the club. For Edmondson House that's getting built, they've asked for money from the fans for that. We're a share issue, which was great, and they got whatever they got out of that. I can't remember the figure they got out of it, 4.5 million. The tops, the kit deals, the sponsorship. It's an expensive business being a football fan in any club. Doesn't matter who you follow, even if you follow Hamilton Accies or if you follow, Lithgow Juniors. Getting paid into a game and buying a top it's dear for all of us.
Yeah, I get it, mate. I think I know it's hard for some people to want to have all this stuff, but you have got a choice, haven't you?
Yep, you don't have to.
You don't have to, You don't
do what you can.
Yeah, exactly, mate. That's the point I mean. Because somebody buys everything and somebody doesn't make them any less a Rangers supporter. Maybe it's just circumstances, people's position in life. It's just the way it is. But I don't think we should look down our nose at somebody who can't. It's difficult. We shouldn't look down our nose at somebody who can't maybe do as much as others. But that's just the way it is at the circumstances at the time. Anyway, we've been joined by Andrew from Crookston. How are we doing, Andrew?
I'm fine. How are you, Ox? How's everybody else, Jaffa? Everybody
How
else
you doing, Andrew?
How you doing?
Good,
guys. I just wanted to phone in regarding. It's basically just a wee story I wanted to tell you that might lighten your moods a bit. I remember when I phoned in away last week there after the Old Firm, and I explained that I'd a cup of water get knocked out my hand, and it get knocked down about six rows or so. So anyway, on Monday I got after I'd phoned in, it was a couple of days after I'd phoned in. I think it was a Monday, I'm not sure. I got a Facebook request, and it had 46 mutual friends. So, and it was a Rangers man. Blah blah blah. I'm not going to say his name because he said don't say his name. If he wants to say it to Rangers Radio, he will, right? So, anyway, gets in contact. He sends me a messenger after I accepted him, and he says, "Hi, Andrew." He said, "I heard you on Ibrox Radio. Rangers Radio." And he said that I heard that you got a cup of water knocked out your hand. He says what it did. He said I'm a few rows down for you. He said it actually hit me and then hit the wife, and I was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." He said, and then he replied. He said, "Look, but that's not the part of it. The main thing is he says I was walking home, walking to the car with the wife, and I went to look at my watch, and my watch had stopped, and he's like, I wonder how that is." He said it's a £900 watch. So I says, "Can you ring me when you get in?" So he just said, "Yeah, I will do." So he rings me when he gets in. And he explains about the watch, and it was a £900 watch, and blah blah blah. I said it's stopped now, it's not working, and basically he said, "Look, I've got the receipt, the box." He says, "But I'm afraid you're going to have to pay for it." And I was like, "Oh my god!" So I'm on the phone, and the wife, obviously she picks everything. You get ears like an African elephant. So anyway, she comes in. What's up? So I said, "What? Mind the water?" I got knocked out my hand. I said, "It's landed on a guy in front of me, and it's wrecked his £900 watch, and he wants some money for it." He said, "But I can pay it in 2 installments." And she was like, "God, are you absolute?" I'm not telling. I'll not say the swear words that she said, but believe me, she said swear words. She was going, "Oh, for nut, you absolute idiot, you this, yeah, blah blah blah." So the guy, as I said, right, obviously, I says, if you I'll give you my address, sent my address.
Hurry up,
bring it up.
I
said, bring it up and I'll look at the watch, and then obviously I'll need to give you half and then give the other half. And then he phoned back about 5 minutes later and said, "You've just been done like a kipper." Absolutely got me a belter. Honestly. Oh.
Well, the moral of the story is, don't put yourself out there in Rangers Radio. Is that correct, Jaffa?
Absolutely. Tell them nothing. And always cover
Honestly,
your work.
Just a wee bit of advice. £900 watches are usually waterproof, mate.
And that's what I was thinking. That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, surely a £900 watch will be waterproof. Surely. And all that was going through my head, but he's like, I'll be up soon, but he says, and then after all that was going through my head, a £900 watch.
Where did you?
Surely that's waterproof.
You're in the front of the Copeland, yeah?
Aye, Copeland front, yeah.
To the left or the right of the goal?
To the right of the goal.
Fox is looking for you. You ruined his cashmere jumper.
Oh, good one.
I was going to say that £900 watch, Andrew. Was that £1.58 a week out of Granton's catalogue?
I
get done like a kipper, man.
Good.
Absolutely done like a kipper.
Good on you for coming on and sharing your story. I was looking forward to the football at the weekend, Andrew.
I can't wait. I can't wait till the football's back. Honestly, I really can't wait. St Johnstone, always a tough task, isn't it? But I think, as I was asked a question, I think it was by yourself, if there was any game that will lift us, it would be any game that could lift us and lift our season. Mansfield was the Celtic game, and hopefully this is the lift that will give us to go on a winning streak. So I think we'll get to 3 points at the weekend, and hopefully we go on that winning streak. But there's a couple of players I think that are still a wee bit off it. Naming one, maybe Ryan Kent. I know he ran his socks off in the Celtic game.
Fair comment. I think it looks, Andrew, and I'll go to Jaffa with us. I think he's right. Ryan Kent's not been his explosive self, but I think the clue is that he's maybe been carrying a knock.
I think he said a hamstring injury, Ox, or a groin injury. I think it was actually. He was carrying a groin injury. So and it'd just be good to get him. I mean, he's not been away in international duty, so let's hope he's had 10 days of treatment at Elkinhow with the guys there. See what kind of. I mean, we'll get a press conference. Is press conference tomorrow or is it Friday?
I would imagine it could come out tomorrow, but definitely Friday, mate. It's obviously hard to kick off early, yeah.
Yeah, no, and obviously we'll get the fan media will be there, and they'll ask all the brilliant questions that the fan media like to ask.
What I'd like to ask you as well, Ox, Jaffa, and that. Did you notice any time he was going to do try and do Anthony Ralston for pace? Anthony Ralston was doing him for pace. So when the last time the two of them met, Kent was doing him for pace. So maybe he is carrying an injury. Maybe he is.
I don't think it's a secret, Andy. I think Gary McAllister basically told us that there was players that he didn't intimate, and you've seen Kent's performance. Let's just say, if he's had that problems with groin or hamstring, mate, he's not going to have that kick-off and that sprint that you normally have. He's playing with the head. Nobody, he's playing with the head.
Aye.
But
listen, he still was a 75% fit, or I'm sure we all agree on this, an 80% fit. Ryan Kent, he's still if he wanted to play, and I think it came down to him. I think he had the final decision. He said he wanted to play against Celtic. I think it was the right decision. I think that was 100% great call, because he still he pins them backlocks, and I think we all know that he does. He's in their heads, isn't he? He's a great player.
Talking about people who always want to play. We've been joined by George for UK. Evening, George.
Evening, gentlemen. How are you doing?
George.
Evening, George.
Always good to hear your dulcet tones, George.
Is that you, Jaffa?
It certainly is, mate. Certainly is.
How you doing, Marker? All right?
No bad. How are you keeping safe, George? You keeping well?
Aye, mate, man. Do you know something? I was staying about a heavy sweat, and I was lying to myself. Why am I sweating? Bad? No, seriously. I was sweating like a sex offender in remand. I was lying to myself. I goes, why am I sweating last, by the way? And I found out I had this thing, I've never heard it before in my puff, called hypothyroidism. I was like, what the hell's that, by the way? Something to do with your ringway.
Your thyroid,
you know
yeah. Everything happens to you, George. Everything happens.
Thyroid, something to do with my thyroid. So I've got to take these daft tablets, you know what I mean? So I'm back to normal now.
Normal.
Good to hear you, mate.
But see that international break, man? Oh, that was murdering us, man. That was murdering us, that.
George UK back to normal.
Well, kind of normal. Normal as can be.
I know, mate, I know, but listen, we're on the same boat. International football. Rangers are back on Saturday, mate,
That's that, Mucker. That's what it's all about. The Teddy Bears. Dumping that division, by the way. Oh, I hope we put about 4 or 5 by them. Or even more than that.
I'm hoping for a victory, George. I take a nice comfortable...
That's that. I don't care, man, what the score is, by as long as we win. 3 points on the board, that's all we want. And we hope that the Rat Cats will drop a few points.
You just one game at a time is all bridge stage. Win the game and then you move on to Thursday Europe, yeah?
But see, they won nullers, man. You're like, you're out in your mouth, by you're like, oh, God, jeez.
After 6 months,
5 minutes extra time, you joke.
You need a new sofa with the games, didn't you?
I've still no got a sofa.
Don't bother, George. Don't bother.
Do you know why? Because I can't get it in. Because I'm telling you, back in the 50s when they built these gaps, they must have been like, you're only going to get one suite for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? It's that Nara, man. I'm talking about, see that swinging a car routine? Well, you can't swing a budgie, man, I mean a car. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Andy's raised the point about Ryan Kent. He said he's not been firing on all cylinders. It does look as if he's carrying a rock, and hopefully this 2 weeks has worked in his advantage, mate.
I hope. Well, aye. That sometimes it's got its benefits, man. Hang with it. What you call it, international breaks. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But aye, hopefully that's it is. But the bad thing I thought was, I couldn't believe it when I heard that Hollander took a knock, man, and Nathan Patterson took one, and I was like, oh, usual for us. You know what I mean? But hopefully, man, they can run it up or whatever, you know what I mean? They can get them put. Well, no Nathan Patterson, because I think Tab will be playing the weekend.
I see Sakala had come out as well on that same note, George. I think Sakala had put some stuff out saying he was...
It's about time you seen him mucker, innit?
He's back. He said he's back. He feels 100% again. Again. I think it was a groin. He was carrying a wee tweak in his groin. So I think he was saying that he's back to. He feels back to himself. So as you say, the international break can sometimes come at the right time for some players, and we were carrying a few.
Absolutely, yeah.
The squad that we took over to, we took away to Alishkirk was. It looked a bit light, didn't it? We were off his stretch with the COVID thing as well.
Honestly, man, I was see that again, babe. I was like to myself. I just kept going like to myself. Oh no, I've seen this video too many times before, babe. You know what I mean? I see this mob are going to end up scoring, and we'll be roasted hot, man. We'll be running nothing in extra time.
Well, all credit to the lads. They navigated their way through it. Yep.
I mean, George, that was, let's be honest, mate, and I'll go to Andrew next and then Jaffa. It was an abysmal performance to watch.
Right? Yeah. I'm trying to think if I've seen worse in the parks.
Right, but it was like playing in a sauna, and if the season progresses and it goes the way we hope to go, we'll forget about that, wouldn't you?
Do you know what it reminds you? It reminds you of Scotland. They used to qualify for the World Cup. They used to go to the warm countries, man. They'd run for about 15 minutes. And after that, they were knackered.
It wasn't a
losing
great
at
game.
4 goals.
It wasn't a great game. But we're through now.
We're qualified, that's it. We're in the group stages, 4 years before it's been not talking about.
The main thing.
That's the main thing. Andrew, in you come.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the main thing. We're through, and that's it. And what an achievement! 4 years in a trot. It's just absolute great management for the management and the backroom staff, and everybody connected to the club. So,
Andy,
aye,
you've absolutely ruined my Gucci jacket.
Every time I phone in there, I'm going to have ruined somebody something.
$2,000 jacket, absolutely ruined.
On this.
Everything happens to you, George.
The probably would happen to me or not.
Carry on, Andrew, and then Jaffa.
Great that we're through. I think we've got a good group as well.
Aye.
And let's hope this just kickstarts our season. The COVID's all out the way. Hopefully it stays that way, and we move on and kick on for the rest of the season.
Well, we've got young Hadji with COVID, Jaffa, and he's still not one of my favourites, especially since he beat me for that Romanian Gillette deal. I'm gutted, man.
You took the one right in my mouth.
I think that might be one of the reasons they value his transfer fee. I just wonder what he brings along with him as part of the package. You know, he's in a few things, isn't he? He's obviously the Pepsi advert as well all over Europe.
I loved that one when he done the Pepsi and it wasn't the Walkers, it was the Spanish Chris, wasn't it? The big Spanish mob.
Lays,
aye. That's the one. When they must have been out training and they came in and put a can of Pepsi and a packet of Chris in everybody's locker, taking the beer. I liked that. I thought that was funny.
Seen his wee trick the other night? Did you see how he brought the ball down?
Aye.
Of course he has, Ox.
Bridge, we've all got lockers in the studio, and Bridge does that all the time with £50 notes, puts them in all our lockers.
Jeez, I'm surprised. To be honest with you, Ox, I'm surprised Bridge is jumping about with 50s nowadays. I thought he'd been to the 100s.
No, that's what he asked you back for the 50, but he's no doubt.
It's not that. When you're trying to spend the 50s, ring me the lot. We can't take that.
What are they?
That's how Bridge has been.
When they get you 4 5s and a bomb roll.
That's how Bridge goes to the bar with a £50 note and gets a knockback.
Exactly. By the way, he's not been on the last 2 nights. That's why he's been counting his money. But anyway, aye, Hadji, listen, I've never doubted the boy's ability. You can see that he can make a pass. You can see that he's got technically pulled the ball down. But I just think in the Scottish game, there has been times where he's been really posted missing, you know, and he's maybe done something in the first 20 minutes you think, that was lovely, and then you don't see him for the rest of the game. That was my kind of complaints with Hadji. Know that he's not technical ability.
Do you think it's the physicality of your game?
But he's 6 foot, George. And he's built
I know.
a middleweight
Thing, by the way, I don't get that either.
You know?
I mean, he should be able to stand up for himself. And don't get me wrong, man. He's crossed that day for that guy's goal. I was a cracker, but he was pinpoint right to the guy's head.
He's got that though. I mean, as we all know, we've all seen it at first hand. I agree, Ox. I think he does. He drifts out of games a bit too easily. I will say, I will give the guy credit. The last part of last season, he seemed to knock that bit out. He was putting a bit more dig in, doing a bit of the dirty stuff. The stuff that I have to be honest with you, Ryan Kent was doing against Celtic. All that running back, just nicking the ball away, breaking play up, just being a team player instead of just kind of waiting for the ball to come to you. I don't know. We don't manage him, we don't coach him, we don't see what he does on the training ground. But he's part of the squad, isn't he? He's a bearer. He's one of our players. So as long as he's still there, I'm sure we'll support him.
Does none of you want to see Scotty Arfield getting back on form again?
Listen, I
Last
don't.
year, man, Scott, he was brilliant. I think he was instrumental.
He had a
for the team
period.
last year,
He had
didn't
a period when he get back in the team when he was excellent. I don't care what Rangers player gets on form as long as the Rangers
Aye.
win.
Exactly.
That's
You know?
exactly, mate. I know.
100%. That's all we want, don't we? We're all critics. We have our moments where we have our players who you like and you love, and you go through periods and they go form, they hit form, they go out of form. That's just that's the football that we all love. But like you, as long as we come away with the victory at the end of the day,
I'm not
so
going
I'm
to
interested in.
man. I'm not doing that. Definitely not me. Yeah.
Let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Andrew, I've also got a claim for Fox. You messed up his £120 haircut.
Oh no.
Oh wow,
I'm writing all these down. I'm nearly £2,000 now.
You can pay it up, Andrew. It's all right.
Installments, mate. Installments.
Have a word with Bridge. Have a word with Bridge. He might cover a lot for you.
Aye, we are the 50s.
Couple of bag of sands and you'll be all right. You'll clear the decks.
You know, but
never let that down. Never let that down. Honestly. Oh,
listen, mate. If that's the biggest crime you've ever committed, you're like a choir boy on this show tonight. I'll tell you that.
You bet. Tell me something, Andrew. Were you still in the same seat after the goal?
What's that? Sorry.
Were you still in your regular seat after the goal? I mean, I know you lost a cup of water. What seat did you end up in?
I'm in row U. I was in the row in front of me, so which is I don't know. Well, it goes up the way, doesn't it? So
it does.
Row F.
Row F and row U. You've meant some distance, boy.
That's half the alphabet.
No rest. No row S. No row S.
Did you? Are you telling us you went for row U,
UV,
and then F, and then V, or UV and then F?
I don't know. I only went forward one row, so that was it.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Anyway. Oh dear.
But it was a great game. It was a great game. Great atmosphere.
Big Stevie.
Absolutely.
Stevie's not that far away from you, mate. And him and Jambo's flutes haven't worked since he got covered in water.
No.
I say go play for one, you know.
Oh God.
Can
we talk about the game or something?
What was his name, the flutist for Northern Ireland? James, what was his name, Jaffa? What I'm asking you for, you don't even know who the next king's going to be.
I don't, mate. No.
Anyway, talking about people who do know who the next king's going to be, we've been joined by Andrew from Leeds. Evening, Andy.
Good evening, chaps. Well, I know it isn't Andrew, put it that way.
How you doing, Andrew?
Not too bad, Jeff. It was good. I enjoyed that earlier on there. It was a bit gutted though. I get free rang with Colin Stein. That really floored me. I don't usually do that right enough, but they're hard day quizzes. You just got to get them off the top of your head, man. You know, and then after the factory, you know. Oh, tell you, but that was a good show. I enjoyed it. Brilliant.
We carry on, mate. International breaks are hard for us, mate. You know, there's no subjects coming at the club, yeah. You know, so we just got a bit of fun to kill the time. Have a pop at everybody, yeah. But the questions are hard, Andrew. Andy. They're not set up to be easy for them.
I used to be really good at them, right enough, but there's just time and all that, and you forget, like, you know, but... you know, they come back to you along the line, right enough, but
by the way,
when you put on the spot in it.
Aye, that's exactly. I mean, you'd be able, if you were sitting around a table in a pub, you'd be able to work it out without giggling.
Aye.
You know what I mean? You know.
Aye.
Anyway, what's on your mind, brother? What's on your mind?
Oh, just you were talking about Adji there. Actually, the way he started the season, I had quite high hopes for him, right enough. You know, and I still do. You know, if he gets in the team and gets some kind of run on there, I'm just hoping that he's looked at the physicality of Scottish football now, and he's going to impart that into his game. I hope he does, like I say, because he's definitely got something, hasn't he? You know, whether he's going to be physically strong enough, that's the big question. But I don't know. Just at the start there against Livingston and all that, he was getting battered around a bit, but the boy was getting up and still looking for the ball, and that kind of gave me kind of encouragement there with him, right enough. So you never know. I think he could do. Well, if he does, it's for the better of the Rangers Football Club, isn't it? So we're all wanting that in the long run.
Yeah.
So we can get him to get himself fit, get over the COVID and all that. I'm glad, in a funny kind of way. I don't like international breaks, but I'm hoping the fact that we've had this and we've had the problems with COVID, that the majority of them come back fit and that goes behind us, if you get what I mean, and we can move forward about getting the spine of a team ready and getting ready to go forward, and obviously get this result on Saturday, and then see where it takes us on the Thursday. So hopefully it will do what we're looking for. But I think we should be in a good place now. We beat them, so we're confident should be sky high now. So hopefully we're going to go and let them know that, right, that's it now. We missed about for 2 or 3 weeks now. We mean business. And we can do that. I think everybody's going to be happy in the long run.
Beat St Johnstone, win the next 3 games at Ibrox, mate, yeah? Which is Leon.
That's how I'm looking at it.
Motherwell, and then the Cup, and then we regroup and we go again, yeah?
Yeah, that's how I'm looking at it. I say I'm very important, and I know the St Johnstone, I know the European games, big night, big crowd, big atmosphere and all that, but my only concern is Saturday, making sure we cement what we did. After the Old Firm game, we must go and get the 3 points. As I said the other night, we do that, I'll be very happy. The Thursday night will take care of itself then, That's how I'm looking at.
Just out of curiosity, did you get the Cutty Young one?
I did, yes, yeah. I remember him coming right well, yeah. I actually put that on the Facebook when you asked the question, like, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, for some apparent reason, he always took, because he did, you see, when he come to Rangers, he played very well, him for Rangers. And he gave them a hard time quite a lot when we played against them, so I did like him, there's a funny looking character, but he could play that guy. Aye. Oh, beauty. I think that's what it is, it's the name. It just sticks out there, Cutty Young, like, but I do remember, because I was very, very disappointed when we let Stein go, because I was quite disappointed. I thought, we're getting him, we've lost Colin Stein, but he did turn out to be a good player. I think he came along round about when another guy called Joe Mason, and he came around about the same time as him.
Even better than
yeah. Good, yeah. Well, they're all good players that played for the Rangers back in the day. Like, that was my era kind of thing. Like, but yeah, he was a good player. He was Cutty Young. Yeah.
Can I ask a question? Who was it Cutty Young signed from?
Coventry.
Coventry.
Ah.
Yeah, you weren't obviously listening to Jaffa earlier on. He got that one right away. Oh, sorry.
Oh, right. No, just
no, leave it at Jaffa, Ox. Skipper was on with the amateurs tonight, I'm afraid. He was a professional by a mile stretch of the imagination. He was very good tonight. Very good.
Their player, mate, stood in. Took up the cudgel.
He did. Kipper.
Yes, Mr. S. Kipper.
He done me like a Kipper.
You've got to watch him, George. Anything at all, you got a lawyer.
I know, he said a letter was coming earlier on.
He sends a lot of letters. He sends a lot. Some of them are very, very funny. He's a top man as well, Skipper.
Good stuff.
Andy, I know you, first and foremost, it's the league. That's what bread and butter, obviously, financially, to get win that and then go straight in the Champions League. It's very important. But this European thing, when we're in it, you'd like to go as deep as you can, eh?
Oh, definitely. I mean, we've had a couple of cracks that done very well. I'd like to think that we could come out of the group confidently and then take it on another couple of rounds. We're never I hate saying this because everything we enter, we want to win, but we're never going to win these trophies just as it stands at the moment until we get a wee bit further with the money and we get a wee bit more up the ladder that we want to get up. Gives a kind of better chance. But, you know, we must. I mean, I know that I bang on. It's like an old bloody record, to be honest with you. But, you know, it's got to be about, we must make sure that our eyes always on the ball with the league games. Because we win the league, we walk into that, we get no pressure, as I said to you before, about having to worry about bloody pre-season qualifiers when we're not right, and clubs are 12 and, you know, 10, 12 games in their programme. So it gives you a different psyche as to how they would go with the build-up, you know, in the pre-season and all that. So it must be for me. There's no play. We've won it now. I want to be retaining it. I want Rangers to be back where we rightly believe, where I believe we belong. You know, we are the team. You know,
55's history now. It's history.
No, it's gone. That's gone. I think this season's bigger than last season. I honestly do. Did that show this morning, you know, because you know what's at the end of this, and I'm pretty sure that if we can go out and win the league and win the league good, well, even just win the league, you know, it's showing that it wasn't a flash in the pan. That what we did there last year, that, you know, we're here, and we're here to mean business. You know, this is our trophy, and for the next cycle that's coming round, I hope we're going to dominate. You know, as Shugs always says, that it comes in cycles. You know, there's no point winning it once and then going away again. We must make sure that we get on top of this and set them, because the top and the bottom is the Ox. Everybody says at the end of the day, look, there's only one team that's going to stop Rangers from winning this league. Ain't anybody in that league. It's us. So it's down to our attitude. And I keep saying it all the time. It's a right, you know, broken record right enough, but I generally believe that, and I think we're good enough. You know, you've got to take a hat off for what you've done there. When a team, everybody was they were going to do to us, and they were going to bar us, and, you know, they're gone. And, well, how did that work out for them? You know? So what we need to do now is just show them there on Saturday going forward that, right, we're back now. We've had enough of messing about now. We're going forward.
Well said, mate.
I hear you, mate. Hear you. I get it. And, obviously, sometimes in football, Andrew, you lose a couple of games and maybe it sends you on. I made the point earlier on that 1977-78 season, we lost our first two games and went and won the treble. I can imagine what it would be like if we did show then.
Yeah, you know? Well, we actually lost 3-1 to the Sheep. We got beat 2-0 to the Minifilth, and then we hammered Partick Thistle 4-0, and then we went on a good run then to win that treble, you know. But I can remember after we got beat at the Minifilth, that game was going absolutely nuts. What the hell is this? In fact, on the second game, we were shouting for Big Jock's head. After that game against Hibs at Ibrox, after the 2-0 defeat, we were literally howling him. And then we went, as I said, the third game in Thistle, we hammered them, and the rest was history. You know, we went on to do the treble. Very good team that year, by the way.
Aye. It'd have been interesting to see what happened the following season if Jock would have stayed as manager, you know?
Yeah.
You know, because, yeah. But aye, so you can't overreact, Andy, for Crookston?
No, absolutely not. Getting back to your point there, always like the league is priority, but Europa League, I believe, obviously, financially is imperative that we try and get out the group stages at least, and the knockouts, which will bring us some well needed money. And if we can concentrate on winning the league, then that's a 40 million, they say 30-40 million guaranteed pot for next season, so we can, you know, strengthen the team even more. And it's definitely imperative that we win the league in my eyes. But I would like to see us definitely get out the group stages and hopefully go on a wee run through the knockouts.
Yeah, I was never in any misapprehension, Jaffa, that I thought we were favourites for the Malmo tie, slight favourites. Yeah, but I mean, I had this 55-45. That's how tight I seen it, and especially at that time of the season, obviously you're disappointed. I didn't think we would go deep in the Champions League. I was right in it for the prestige and the finances to help us go forward. I don't know if I was necessarily wanting us in it to compete in football level.
No, there was a realism there, Ox, that if you then you look at the draws for the Champions League and look where Malmo in the group that they're in, and I can't quite remember who it is. I know it's a couple of big hitters, some of the top guys. I can't remember. Is it PSG's in their group? I might be wrong there. Anyway, I think the point we're all trying to make is the more than likely we could have ended up getting a couple of heavy defeats off a few of those teams, and that isn't. I don't think that's a good place to be from a morale point of view. Yeah, there's a financial prestige and everything else, as we've just alluded to there, Ox, which would have been great. And I guess there's a bit of us, all of us, after everything that's happened to the club. Getting the Champions League music on at Ibrox would probably have been a tick box for a lot of us to go, that's us back, we're back to where we belong. But we're playing in a great prestige competition, the Europa League. We're still, doing great. The last 4 seasons have been a great journey. We've had some great results, with some brilliant results against some unbelievable teams, Porto, Benfica, Braga, some great teams. And just the financial impact, I know the packages are on sale at the moment for season ticket holders to take up the 3-match package, and then I think it's Monday they go on sale, or is it Friday rather, for non-season ticket holders, MyJers members. I think there's a window for the MyJers members on Friday. That revenue alone for those 3 matches, Ox, is somewhere for the club is round about £6 million. So the Europa League is still, the point I'm making, is still a great place to be. It's a brilliant place to be. But we are where we are. That's, to use the words of our manager, who I noticed was out of isolation today. I seen him putting out a wee bit of media stuff, which was great to see him again. Maybe we weren't ready for the Champions League, Ox. Maybe you've just got to accept the reality of it. Clearly we weren't. We got beat with a better team. They beat us twice. I don't think there was a lot in it, but they beat us.
Juventus, Chelsea and Zenit are in with Malmo.
Aye.
Chelsea,
Ibrox. I mean, there's 3 very, very, very strong teams there. Very strong teams with budgets that we're just not even on the same page as them. We're not even in the same league as them with the money these guys are spending.
Aye, but if our aim would have been to get third in the group and maybe compete against a Europa League place and maybe go further through that door. But look, it's gone now. We have to move on and be realists, George.
That's that, mate. It's gone. There's nothing you can do about it, know what I mean? And see, at the end of the day, I look at it this way and all. What we've done over the past 3 years, 4 years now, is what we've done, moved the club up the rankings, know what I mean? And up the coefficient. And I think, honestly, we have to win that league next year, because I'm telling you right now, if it wasn't for us, we wouldn't be getting an opportunity. The Scottish club would be getting an opportunity to get into the Champions League group stages proper.
Here, George.
It'd be unjust and an absolute travesty if we don't get in there next year, because I swear to God, we've got to win that league. We've got to.
You're right. Yeah, that's the coefficient we've driven forward. Anyway, we've enjoyed with our good friend Dean who watches the show on YouTube or listens to the show. How we doing, Ian?
I'm not too bad. Can I give a wee shout out to Kim and Tracy in RFC, please?
No.
Right, okay. Right, I'll take that back then. I'm over here in a huff. Jeez, hold on. I didn't know what to say there. Fucking hell. Sorry. See what you actually said. No, I was away to hang up. I didn't know what to do.
We are the Rangers.
Sorry about that, Ian. I couldn't resist that.
That's okay. I was just going to say, do you know how we're in the Europa League? my thinking, I don't know what you're thinking. I'd like to know your thoughts on this. If we didn't do that well in the Europa League, I wouldn't bother about that, because I would want to go for the winning the title and go for the 2 cups and forget about all that altogether. Because if we obviously will win the league again, and you'd go to that money at the end of the season, and the Europa League would just be a bit of history in the background, and it would not really matter.
I get your rationale, Ian, but I think it's important for revenue. But I understand your football rationale, Jaffa.
Yeah, it's a very fair point, Ian, and I think ultimately at the end of next season, if we get a great run in Europe like we did this year, and we win the league, and if we manage to pull off a treble, that would be a great success. It would be an improvement in where we are. But winning the league is a priority. That's the biggie. Winning the league's the main thing. I think we all know that.
Definitely 56 is definitely. It was just a wee thought that I had that obviously I'm a true blue, but it wouldn't really bother me if we get knocked out and we concentrated on the league and the 2 cups, while maybe they were still struggling about with wee teams like, I don't know, wee daft daddy teams that would still be beating them, and they'd always make up with wee excuses like over a man short, or Neil Lennon was in the stadium at the time or something like that. Just any excuse. I get
your rationale, and I understand what you're saying. The priority is the league. I think we all agree with that, George, don't we? But I don't know if we could just turn our back and work 10, 12, 15 million pound potentially.
No
George?
Danger. No danger. We need that cash. We need that.
No, I'm not meaning that. I don't really mean turn our back on it. I mean if we didn't do that well and it wouldn't bother us, then we can concentrate on the 2 cups and the league.
I get your rationale, Mucker, by the way. I get your rationale, man. But I want to see for a bit of kudos by we get into the thing we are the last 16 or whatever, man. And all. I'd love us to go even further.
Aye.
We're in the shop window. No, I'm talking about where everybody can see.
Aye.
That's what you want. No, I'm talking about.
Aye.
Same as last season. The thing they were all saying, by the way, it's going to take a really good team to beat Rangers. This is a good team. You know what I mean? Yeah. And we are. You know what I mean? We are a good team. Remember that. We are a good team.
We are an amazing team. And just because Celtic are buying all these players, I mean, they're buying these players in and they're going, who's he? And where's he come from? You know what I mean? Right. And I've watched them play, and they're not that great. You know what I mean? So, cheerio to their campaign this season again.
I always seen them against us, man, and we walloped them.
Aye.
Jaffa.
Yep, I don't. I know we're all moderately different in how we see things. I don't think too much about them. I just want to concentrate on what the Bears do and what we do. But listen, I always look upon the cups, and I guess even Europe, as a bit of a bonus. I like to. Club, we all know the club needs to be there. We need the money from it. We know that. We've got to the group stages now. As I just was saying there, the ticket packages are all on sale now. The club are getting revenue as we speak from fans. I don't. It is great. I mean, I noticed our packages were quite a bit more expensive than the other side. I'm no bothered about that personally.
Wait a minute. If you want to watch Sinatra in a nice stadium, or you want to watch an impersonator dump, what are you going to
Exactly, Ox, 100%, mate. So listen, the club are getting all that revenue now, and it's a bit like the cups. It would be great to have them.
Aye. I mean, I would like to see. I would like to get so far and get good.
You've got the show on, Ian. You need to turn the show off.
All right, sorry. Right, I better go then.
Right,
lads.
Give them a shout out before you go, Kim, and that, yeah?
Yeah.
Give them a shout out before you go, your mates.
RFC, I'll get Sid Barrett, I'll get Kim, I'll get Tracy. There's loads missing tonight. Right. There's a load of folk on there I don't know.
Right, brilliant, mate. Always great to hear from you, brother.
Stay with you. It's great talking to you, big man. Thanks a lot.
Cheers, mate.
Right, good night. Good night.
See you.
Take care.
Good night.
Take care.
Right, bye-bye. Bye.
If Ian's know what Rangers Radio's about, I don't know what is, Jaffer.
Brilliant. Love guys like that coming on. That's what our community is all about, Ox.
You know,
Just listening to us all talking here about the club that we love. That's why we do it. That's why I'm privileged to have my wee part on here. It's great. I just love contributing, Ox. Love it.
Aye. It's quite a sad story with his illness, but he loves the channel and he's met some smashing people, George. It's
I
great.
know.
That's that, but man, that's what it's all about. It's a community, it's a family. We all stick together and we look after one another. That's the way it is, mate. And that's the way it always should be.
Yeah, well said, George.
We are the
Well
people.
said.
No
Well
surrender.
said.
You're relatively new, Andrew, but obviously once you square up all your bills, you'll be allowed back on again.
Good to Jake is good.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, God. Never gonna live that down. Never gonna live it down. But hey, yo, it's, as I say, it's all about a banter. It's amongst, it's all about a banter.
Build your gallows.
I think what you'll
Build them
find
high.
is that we discovered a lot that day. We also found out that Foxy's handmade alligator skin shoes are the watertight.
Oh, they hate water.
Never a dull moment, Jafar.
Brilliant. Great stuff.
Oh, great.
Right, you two. Thanks for the call, George. Always a pleasure, mucker.
No problem, China. All
right,
right,
speak to you soon.
See you, George.
Thanks for coming in. You'll get ripped for that for years, Andy. Years you'll get ripped for that.
I know I will, mate. I know I will. But
Right.
thanks so much for having me on.
No, any bother. Andy, if you leads, always a pleasure, mate.
Yeah, any bother.
You know.
Always great to hear from you, Andy. Hear your points are brilliant, mate.
Well, you know what I think about Rangers Radio, Alex. It's the best thing I've ever done, so I shout Rangers Radio to anybody that listens to me, and I walk till my dying day now, So there you go.
Thanks very much. We have got a big announcement coming up for something that's happening with the show. There you go, a big announcement's coming up.
Oh.
It's a big thing for us. We've never done anything like it.
Oh.
Treat them mean and keep them keen, Jaffer.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely.
Dangle the carrot, eh?
Yes. All right, it's over to you, Jaffer. Your last point of the night.
Thanks for having us, Ox. Great to be on. Love being on Rangers Radio, being a wee part of it. Love talking to the Bears, and thanks very much for having us. Enjoyed the quiz. Brutal, as I knew it was going to be, but thanks for letting me, and thanks for taking me apart.
We always do, mate. We always do. I'm just looking there. We always do. Thanks for having the cojones to have a go, mate. Some people never turned up,
Aye. Oh, I know. Hey, he's his cards marked.
Oh, some people never turned up. Thanks for the cojones. Thanks to all the callers. Great to hear from Ian for YouTube. Ian's story's brilliant, and we wish him all the best, and all the people who look after him on YouTube and are friends with him. Thanks for what you do. Thanks to Andy for imparting his wisdom, and I don't mean Andy for Leeds, I mean Andy for Crookston. George for UK, and of course the one and only Andy for Leeds. This has been Rangers Radio. We have to thank the one and only Skipper, who is the quiz champion of the week. Skipper, the quiz champion of the week.
Round of applause.
He's nearly 90, and he won the quiz.
Wow.
Oh, fantastic.
Marvellous.
Round of applause, man.
Thanks for everybody taking part. We'll be back tomorrow night. Building up to the Son Johnston game, will be joined by the one and only GB. Bridge should be finished counting his money at 6 o'clock tomorrow night. Take care, everybody. Speak to you soon. Take it away, old school bloke.
We are the Rangers FC. We are the people, you better believe. We are together, we're doing the fancy all over the world. We had our troubles, but now they are gone. They tried to kill us, but the bears we stood strong. We are together, doing the bouncy all over the world. Lucia by Bronx, for Lancer at 3. Follow, follow, and God save the Queen. You'll hear us singing, doing the bouncy all over the world. In Barcelona in 72, we beat the Russians, but 3 goals to 2. Still celebrating, doing the bouncy all over the world. Glasgow Rangers are back where we belong. Lucia Vibrox, and we're still going strong. We wear our colours, the red, white and blue. We wear them proudly like blue noses do. We are together, doing the bouncy all over the world. The pride of Scotland, but that's nothing new. The pride of Glasgow, and Glasgow is blue. We are together, doing the bouncy all over the world. To be a blue nose, it fills us with pride. We are united, we'll never divide. We are together, doing the bouncy all over the world. Doing the bouncy all over the world. Doing the bouncy all over the world.